So what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another zombies video. I am BlackOpsAmazing, and today we are going to be taking another look at Samantha's bedroom within TEASE in the living quarters where Samantha stayed. Her room holds many strange things. In fact, Samantha has drawn some visions of things that seem to happen in zombies. Hopefully you will enjoy the video. Thank you for tuning in, and let's get straight into it. Enjoy. So you will see in Samantha's bedroom there are many secrets that hint to not only previous but mostly to future zombies maps. TEASE was the first DLC. Next we had Zetsubo no Shima. We've recently had Garad Kurovi, and we know for the end we are going to be getting revelations. In this room you will find teasers about Garad Kurovi, about Zetsubo no Shima. So with now knowing that this room holds teasers to future maps, we could take another look at this and say that there is no doubt that some of this or something in here is for revelations. You can even see on Samantha's desk there is a book called Fafnir and Sigurd. I believe that's how you pronounce it, but as we know, if I'm correct in saying, that is the shield in Garad Kurovi. That is the name of the dragon shield, which is awesome. So we had the name of the dragon shield, even though we didn't know it back then, hinted for us all the way in DLC 1, and we finally received it in DLC 3. But the most important thing are her drawings. So as soon as you enter the room, the first two you are going to see on the side of this bookshelf. Since Revelations is the only map we have yet to get and is the final DLC, I would assume that these posters that we are unsure of what's happening are more than likely related to Revelations. First one, we have Samantha with the S on her dress. We then have what seems to be two more children following her. There's some other little things below. I can't make out what exactly she's drawn in these. Then we've got a train flying through the sky, but what stands out is a character sitting on a rocket. Purely because of that, I would say this relates to TEASE. As we know, Dempsey is strapped to the rocket and heading up to the moon. We take it down and it comes crashing into the castle. For that reason only, I would say this poster was hinting towards the Easter egg in TEASE. But as you can see, there are still some things on it that are unclear, that aren't really explained. What are those things she's standing on? Why is there a train flying through the sky that could possibly represent something else? I mean, if you know, please put your ideas in the comment section below. There are a few things that are a bit off, but I believe this one is related to TEASE and the Easter egg that we do in bringing Dempsey back down to the castle. But if you go down a little bit more, you will then see this picture that Samantha has drawn, and this one for me is very interesting. You can see we have a door as the center. It is the main focal point. Below we have two characters. On the left is Dad, or Maxis, but on the right is a strange character who seems to be wearing a hat and holding a sword. As far as I'm aware, we've seen nothing that relates to this in Garad Kurovi and Zetsubo, so it's very likely that this is something that is going to take place in Revelations. In fact, the person on the right I think very well could be Dr. Monty. As we've recently discovered, he is in the house with not only Maxis, but also the children. Dr. Monty may very well be he, in quotation marks, who was spoken about in the radios that we find from Maxis and Zetsubo no Shima. And if that's the case, Maxis says that Dr. Monty came to the house, he took Samantha, and after a while brought her back. We know in DLC 4 Revelations, Monty is bringing us to the house, but he only really needs Dempsey, Nikolai, and Takio, not Richtofen. This, in the center, this door, could be the house that we are going to. They are focusing on this, maybe because this is where we will enter. But then the two characters, on the left we have Maxis, on the right may very well be Dr. Monty. But as you see, if that is Monty, he's holding a sword. Or it's coloured in blue, so it may be a weapon enhanced or related to 115. And if that's Monty holding a sword up to Maxis, could this show Monty attacking him or somehow threatening Maxis, or telling him that he needs to do something or else? We have no idea what Monty looks like, and we've only ever really seen a picture of Maxis, never physically. He could have changed, so his appearance again we're really not too sure on. But that person on the right I very well think could be Monty. And at one point in the past, they met outside of the house and this event took place, or this is something that's going to be taking place in Revelations. But not only that, we also have more. If we move over a little bit, we see Samantha's drawing that is related to Zetsubo no Shima. We have Samantha, or a girl, in a forest, in a swamp type area. Coming out of the ground, we see the tentacles, or not the tentacles, sorry, the legs of a giant spider. All of this was hinting towards Zetsubo no Shima. We move over to the left a bit more, we get a poster that was hinting towards Garad Garrett Karovi. We have Samantha and her dog Fluffy riding one of the dragons. And she wrote, Daddy says there used to be dragons a long time ago. And now we know in Garrett Karovi they have been resurrected by Division 9, being used as weapons for Group 935, and we are able to ride them just as Samantha is doing in this image to get to the Pack-a-Punch. To the left of this, we also have another drawing by Samantha, this one I think relating to Der Eisendrache. She's wrote, Dr. Groff has secrets, and then she's highlighted what I believe is the safe that we find in Der Eisendrache, which we know when we open that and go inside, we find the secrets of Dr. Groff. We have his codes and all of the information we need to bring down the rocket. So these three here all relate to our recent Zombies maps, Der Eisendrache, Zetsubo no Shima, and Garrett Karovi, which kind of makes me think that the first one that I showed you perhaps isn't related to Der Eisendrache and maybe something else. Let me know what you think. But then we come over to the wardrobe, we see this one, it says me, or Samantha and Fluffy, which at first sight doesn't really seem like anything, but you actually find this 2 times, or she seems to have drawn this up twice throughout her wall. If Treyarch are trying to shove this in our face or give it to us multiple times in one room, then that could possibly indicate that in fact this is more important than first meets the eye. Samantha and Fluffy were the first 2 things we really got introduced to in our Zombies storyline. This was Samantha's friend, the dog that Maxis brought her to accompany her over in Derice, and then as we know, events went down, she got turned into the Hellhound. But I think there's a lot more about this. Treyarch could have easily used this space to, I don't know, put another interesting image in here to hint towards something, but instead they decided to give us this twice. So there's definitely more going on there, but going to the right, this one again, I think could have been explained to us in ciphers. We see in the background there is a house. More than likely, in my opinion, this is the house that we are going to in Revelations. But maybe this shows the house before the fallout, before the apothecans, before everything happened. We have the sun, which has a face on it looking down over the house. Could this be a reference to Dr. Monty, the one who has been watching us all this time? The one who has ultimate power but can't be everywhere. Monty, as we know, is kind of like a god figure, so the sun could be representing him. I mean, it's a very interesting one. It's difficult to make out what Samantha's drawn. We've got some little scribbles here and there. As we know, Samantha, Eddie, and Maxis were in the house. That's when the fallout came, the bombs fell, and caused Samantha to be withered. That's when Dr. Monty stepped in, took Samantha away, brought her back, but when she did return, she was crying. She would only call out for Monty. Again, this could be another hint towards Revelations. And then finally, as we come over to this wall, we have the other image of Samantha and Fluffy, but above that, we have Samantha in the house, lying on her bed. You see through the window, it's nighttime outside. What's interesting is a keeper has come into the room. As far as we know, this keeper could be corrupted. Its mind could have been taken by the dark ether. So this could be a bad keeper. It could be good. So far, we haven't really heard of Samantha interacting with a keeper. The only thing we know is Monty came and took her. I perhaps thought, and I think this is a long shot and probably not the case, but maybe Monty himself is a keeper. Maybe not the usual type we are used to, but it's possible. I know that was just a thought, but these are very freaking interesting because as we've seen so far, we've got 3 images that straight away relate to our Zombies maps. They were future hints. We had Der Eisendrache. We also had a hint towards Zetsubo no Shima and Garrett Karovi. So with that fact, we already know, or we could say that 100%, in my opinion, something in here, one of these images at least, is relating to Revelations and hinting towards something in the Easter egg. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for watching the video. Hopefully you have enjoyed. If you could take a second out of your time and leave me a like rating, that'd be the best thing you could do for me. But if not, do not worry. Thank you for watching anyway. Leave a comment saying eggs. Just say egg. Egg. Just egg. Egghead. No. Okay. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.